Hello, it's Cara, and this is your Valentine's love match. Who is the one? Can the stars reveal the answer? Your sun sign cannot dictate alone who is your ideal love match. That astrological calculation is something that can only be done with a combination of natal charts and midpoint analysis. However, it can narrow in on who you're looking for and what you're looking for, what outward signs in a potential partner signals that it will work in your romantic favour. Likewise, it can reveal where you jar with each other. The sun sign, i.e., Aries, Taurus, the sign you look up in my horoscope column, is where your personality opens up. And as such, this does give a tantalizing look into compatibility, our instinctive attraction, and our boundaries, or lack of them. Firstly, Aries. For an Aries, the signs most compatible with what draws you are Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius. Geminis make a relationship dynamic and brimming with energy and a building of mutual trust. Leos permit real fun and frolics, whilst a Sagittarius, you are most liable to be passionate with them and you try to outdo each other on striving for life goals. Those of which may prove a lot more difficult are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Your carefree attitude frightens the analytical Taurian and Virgo. Whilst the Virgo likes your fast pace, the Taurus wants a slower pace of life. And the main issue with Capricorn is in terms of finances. As we know, when relationships get serious, money can become a thorny issue. For what attracts others to you, it is what the French would often call joie de vivre, your love of life. And for Taurus, the Cancerian, the Capricorn, and the Pisces have a flow that makes them inclined to be prospective partners. The Cancerians are sensitive to your needs. They also realize quickly your deep need for a feeling of security. This sense of security is mirrored by the Capricorn, and a mutual understanding needs to develop. The Pisces again has very similar needs and wants, especially to build the groundwork for a long-term relationship, an appreciation for the finer things in life in particular. Those signs that fate does not overly favour, however, are the Aquarian, the Gemini, and the Sagittarian. Aquarians can be careless with their feelings when wrapped up in their own issues, leaving the Taurus asking questions. Taurus walks a slow and steady pace, but the Gemini prefers life in the fast lane. Between you and the Sagittarius, there is a gulf on ways of thinking, whilst opposites do attract. This is more difference on how to achieve different things than differences themselves. People gravitate to you because you appear stable and know what you want. Even in conversation, it's obvious that you are very caring and compassionate. For Gemini, in relationships, you either get on with so well with so many people, or it's the entire opposite. The signs that immediately indicate a good relationship with you are Aries, Libra, and Aquarius. Often people will think you go for the wrong person, but in fact your needs are particular, and these wrong people often tick the right boxes. Aries likes to lead, and so do you, but you both come to an accord. If you both come to your own accord, you're a powerful couple. You share many traits with the Libra, such as a need to socialize, enjoy the creative of the intellect. And those sun signs that are likely to be like nails down a blackboard are Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. Virgos initially attract, but their careful nature will bore you, whilst the secrecy and self-serving nature of the Scorpio would drive you crazy. The Pisces can be very touchy, and you'll find little common ground. When others see that spark in you, is often your curiosity and your versatility that draws them. Plus, of course, your fabulous wit and humour, of course. For Cancerians, three of the most difficult to get along with signs are your ideal romantic partner: Taurus, Virgo, and Scorpio. Taurus and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury, and their conversation is what draws you initially. And additionally, with Taurus, their needs for security matches yours, and their attention to the small things that make a relationship special. Virgos always ask the right questions at the right time and care for you and notice when things are not well, and they'll bend over backwards for you. The Scorpio's sense of importance draws you and draws you out, as they know what they want and where they're going. Scorpios are also the one that can easily, as I say, prize you out of your shell. The signs that do not offer the easiest of relationships are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You are too reserved for their gregarious Gemini, and the moodiness of a Libra casts a shadow that's not easy for a Cancerian to cope with. And the Aquarius can be very detached, and as you are so reserved, it's a cool relationship. Your deeply loving nature and family outlook draws people to you, even though you're quiet and reserved, and most people see a family nature as something special. Now for Leo, you are easy to get along with, and companionship as well as romantic spark is vital. Aries, Gemini, and Sagittarians are prominent amongst those that turn your head. Aries, like you, enjoys life lived to the full and likes to be entertained. Geminis share many common goals, even though their methods of obtaining them may differ somewhat. The Sagittarius has an intense and powerful, loving nature where it comes to Leos and the offer of freedom and adventure. Those you're unlikely to gel with are Taurians, Scorpios, and Capricorns. The Taurus lives in the future and you're firmly in the present. The Scorpio, though, has an ego that comes out when they get to know you, and in your relationship there's space for only one lion. The Capricorn has a distinctly different nature to you, and it does not bode well for a love match, but it does give friendship that, whilst it can be frustrating, in the long term it would be long lasting. Your big heart and sense of justice is what draws people to you. Whilst sense of justice may seem an odd, attractive trait, it says you pass the test and rise above anyone's personal doubts. Virgo. Virgos have a specific relationship need. The spark needs to run deep. Taurians, Cancerians, and Capricorns are the most fulfilling where this is concerned. The quieter Taurus acts well with your chatter, as you are both ruled by Mercury. Cancerians and Virgos can often fail as they do not look beyond the problems, as both get carried away with their emotions. But you do complement each other so well, and you will agree with a lot of what a Capricorn finds important, both mentally and emotionally. Taurians and Capricorn relationships in particular have the ability to be long-lasting. Those signs with a less than positive relationship prognosis are Aries, Gemini, and Libra. Aries is just too fiery and direct for you. You value practicality, and Geminis challenge that. Librans are more passionate, and whilst they seek happy-go-lucky, you wish to craft perfection. You give an air of respectability and high standards, which is a form of stability that most people find attractive. For Libra, the gentler qualities you house appreciate the ways of the Gemini, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, especially with the Gemini, where your sociability match, and you'll always be there enjoying the lights, the sights, and the sounds. There's more intimate side with Sagittarius, though, that says you're both passionate and loyal partners. The mix of scales and the water jug of Aquarius has an inbuilt family spark. Socializing and alone times are both special between you. The less zodiacally linked pairings are with Taurus, Cancer, and Pisces. With a Taurus, the first thing you see is a shared creativity, but that is all that's shared unless deeper forces are at play. The Cancerian seeks emotional security as what they want to form with a Libra, and Libra, you kind of have this, but outwardly, you want enjoyment and fun. They don't. The most complication comes from Pisces. They do not share your extrovert aspect, and sulkiness is in one another is liable to be the result. You are the ideal mix of the light-hearted and propriety, which says stability and fun to each other. For Scorpios, the self-assured Scorpio finds most suitability in a Cancerian, Capricorn, or Pisces partner. The crab can be insecure, and strong emotional arms of the Scorpio is what makes them a better person. Capricorns have boundless patience, something a relationship with a Scorpio needs, but then the mix makes dreams come true. The classic opposites attract scenario is with Pisces. You're poles apart in relationships, but they work well. Relationships that are not inclined to cosmic favor are with Gemini, Leo, and Libra. Scorpios can be very sociable, but they have limits, and the Gemini cannot see the line and often steps over it. Leos rarely gel well with you, and as the Leo is sunlight and you often want the cool shade, who wins is a bit like a tug of war. Libras add real complication of simple overlapping traits which at first seem so compatible, a compatibility that is often short-lived. Your air of the secure but mysterious is a real draw to others, so is your energy and endurance, but few will be attracted to both sets of those qualities. For Sagittarius, being active and energetic is the home of the Sagittarius in love. The one thing you do not like, though, is people with a lack of responsibility. Trust really matters to you in your relationships. You, however, have a lucky streak. Aries, Leo, and Aquarius are the signs you are most compatible with. Aries is also fun-loving, so you have a natural affinity. They also have a lot of optimism, which you take to. A sense of freedom and adventure are important aspects of the Leo. Thus, you have great affinity. Aquarian innovation draws you. A relationship with a Leo will not be a smooth thing, but it will be full of passion and enthusiasm. And as such, a relationship will have its rocky aspects, but if it can be weathered, will prove long-lasting. The signs you rub against are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. At home and at home, the home-loving Taurus has points that draw, but causes great frustration. Virgo is detailed as a detail-centered sign, and they count the pennies and watch the time. Your fun-loving aspect does not relate well to this, and Capricorns feel responsibility and can get bogged down with the shackles of life. Again, your fun and adventurous side does not gel with these. For Capricorn, you value money, but you're not greedy. You are humorous. You can be prone to sarcasm, an introvert, and a need to be recognized. It takes a specific person to fit your jigsaw puzzle. Taurians, Virgos, and Pisceans have the best jigsaw fit. There are so many ties with Taurus, they have strong compatibility. Passion and being financially savvy also links you. The Virgo with the right partner has a real underground vibe. With the Capricorn, it leads to strangely delightful, mysterious shores. With a Pisces, there's a chalk and cheese aspect. You're both too different, but that attracts. You both do not take things seriously, and that works. Only too well. However, an Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are often likely to wobble. The ram takes risks and likes the rocky edges, and the sure-footed goat does not like that kind of party. The Leo swagger is too bolshy for you. Their affections are a real charm, and it often is the self-focus of a Leo that puts you off. Sagittarians love fun and are pretty imaginative. You both have similarities that draw you together, but also repel. Neither of you appreciate each other's finer qualities. For Aquarius, the Aquarius is different and has an attraction and finds attractive something different to the ordinary. There always has to be something more under the hood, if you like the car analogy. Geminis, Librans, and Sagittarians get to your heart the fastest. The love of life and light-hearted way draws you together. You're both very sociable, which is great, as that's a large part of your life. In a Libran, there is a love of culture and of the arts, which is something you appreciate dearly. Along with their willingness to please, a Libran is ideal for good long-lasting relationships. The Sagittarius is also a good match, as their bubbly nature effervesces with you. This compatibility is born of light-heartedness and stays that way. But the signs you rebel against are most specific. These are Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. The Virgo has a dark side that you cannot wear, as you are so future and bright-centered you gotta wear shades. The Scorpio is a really hard match, as they can make you feel cornered, and their possessiveness startles you. The watery nature of Pisces initially creates a joyous splash with the water bearer, but there is a possessiveness in the Pisces, and this can lead to relationship suffocation. Then finally, the last sign, Pisces. Out of the whole zodiac, you are one of the most sensitive and have a distinctly wholehearted love. Whilst there are some very prominent Pisceans, you all prefer to keep a low profile and be unnoticed in the eyes of life. The signs that attract you and gel the most are Cancerians, Scorpios, and Capricorns. The Cancerians, like you, are very compassionate and joined together with your shared humanity. Also, you have ideas and you seldom progress them, and the Cancerian makes things happen. You and the Scorpio are like the opposite poles of a magnet. You're pulled together no matter what. Your abilities are poles apart too, and your natures, but this adds to the relationship instead of hindering it. A Capricorn is weak where you are strong, and vice versa. This brings you a fulfilling relationship, but it does need a reasonable level of personal understanding, whilst those gel, the ones that do not, are the Gemini, the Libra, and the Sagittarius. You do not do carefree in all things, and the Gemini carefree nature, especially with money and possessions, turns your hair grey. Librans know how to make your relationship go with a bang, but someone forgot to order the coal for the engine and it runs out of steam. You want to change each other, but neither of you consents to this. You need a deeply caring nature, and the Sagittarian has that nature but does not provide or show it willingly. That's your Valentine's stars for who's compatible, who's not, and I do hope that makes sense to you in your life. I hope you like the new channel, and this is not the usual set I'll be filming in. It just happens to be where I am today. But for the next one, which will be in a week's time, I will give you a brand new, wonderful set. But that's it from me, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful Valentine's Day. If you're with someone, if you're not, then someone special's coming to you, because you're waiting for that special person. You don't wait for just anybody, after all. That's it from me. Bye for now.